The Football Show on Off the Ball.
Brought to you by the new and improved Boyle Sports Bet Builder. Now with 44 markets to choose from on every match.
I'm prepared to do anything I can to play for my country again.
Do it then. What about your start to the game?
It wasn't bad, was it?
Why should an honest answer be a mistake?
How can a modern day manager not have a mobile phone?
Why should he?
So welcome along, it's a special football show. We're broadcasting, 3 o'clock in the afternoon here on Facebook. That's because Kevin Kilban is here. Hello, Kevin Kilban.
Hello, Joseph.
And just as excitingly, Jason McAteer.
Joe, how are you?
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. And now I'm in Kevin Kilban's bedroom. Is this your bedroom? Seriously?
Something similar to this, yeah. Yeah. Well, the first thing you said, you've gone looking for your book, haven't you?
I found it. There it is. There it is. Kev, this actually is like your bedroom, isn't it? I mean, look at it. Footballs and cars and toys and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a nice setup. I have watched from afar, Joe.
Oh, right.
And wondered where my call was. How long have you been going now? In here?
In here.
2 years now.
18 months, 2 years now.
2 years.
Could be.
The first time I'm back.
But I know that, Jess, but you are very elusive.
Yeah.
No, Kev, do you know what? Hurts me. Joe, he doesn't text, he doesn't write, he doesn't call.
Rugby's Joe Malloy.
Yeah, rugby's Joe Malloy. But in the beginning, in the early days, when this was a small time operation, when we were churning stuff out and trying to make a way in the world in the media industry, I was there.
Did he?
I was there giving stories and telling it how it was and making Joe's career for him.
I was going to say that, yeah.
And then he hit the big time.
Joe needed you then.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't.
He hit the big, Well, he hit the big time. They've turned up in your bedroom and dropped me like a hot potato. Thanks, Joe.
The truth, of course, is you're on LFC TV as a presenter.
/ pundit.
/ pundit. And you're over on beIN Sports doing bits and pieces. You've outgrown us. You're a busy man.
Ish. Yeah. No, in all honesty, yeah. And the truth be known. I'm beIN Sports. I've been doing for a long time. Liverpool TV forever since I finished, which has grown and grown, which has been brilliant. And also young family, moving house, that kind of stuff.
Life.
Yeah, but also aspiring to get on the senior tour of golf, I think I'd like to do. So I've been playing lots of golf.
Have you?
Yeah.
One of those golf addicts. John Aldridge, every time I see him on Twitter, he's just playing golf somewhere.
He sent me his new bag yesterday.
He put it on Twitter.
Oh, he did? What about his St. Paddy's Day message that he did? Did you see that one?
No.
Which he did from his villa in Portugal, half naked, drunk from the night before, head like a beetroot. Made me laugh, mate. So get onto that.
There's a few things we want to talk to you about, obviously. So you're over as several Liverpool ambassadors have been in the last couple of months to promote the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Trust game. It's at the Aviva Stadium, Friday 12th of April. 2 good lineups. It's Liverpool against Ireland. You're going to be there. It's all for obviously a very worthy cause. I think everybody listening is very familiar with the Sean Cox story, which is shocking, really. I mean,
tragedy.
It is
absolute tragedy. We talk about going to football matches and things like this should never happen. It was an absolute tragedy. But obviously, with the Irish connection, Liverpool connection, it's something that I've been following closely since it's happened and the developments. Met the family, Martina and Jack, who I was with yesterday, funny enough, up in Dunboyne. We were doing some stuff to promote the game. Okay. Went to his local GAA club, which he was very influential, Sean, still is very influential in setting up. Great setup, by the way. The actual club and the facilities and what they do for the kids, and really, really impressed. But he was very influential with bringing the women's side of the football community and the men's side of the community and bringing them together, amalgamating and making it what it is. And it's been really interesting, finding out about his life and how influential in the community he was. But the sad side of things is obviously dealing with the aftermath of what's happened. And I met them when we were over for Napoli in the summer. The club have obviously taken it on to help as much as they can, which is fantastic.
That's great.
And now we're at the point where we've got a Legends game on the 12th April. 12th.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday, that's right, yeah.
So ticketmaster.ie/LFC.
www.ticketmaster.
The www part is generally taken for granted now.
So you just say that.
Yeah.
You can drop the www part.
Learning. Every day's school day. Yeah. Every day is a school day.
Yeah.
So I just go
Ticketmaster.ie.
Let me do it. Ticketmaster.ie/LFC. Oh, /LFC.
LFC. Want to try that one more time?
Right, ticketmaster.ie/LFC.
I would have said that was textbook.
Perfect.
Yeah, excellent.
There you go.
I'm good, aren't I?
Yeah. They do a lot though. I said Liverpool as a club, ex-players and all this sort of thing. It's not just like you're being churned out to do. There's definitely a community feel about the club, isn't it? The ex-players. You're really all together. You do so much around the world, don't you?
Yeah, we've always done stuff, and as you know, we've always been very, very close. You know, and it's funny really because you'd think it'd be a generational thing where obviously me, Robbie and McAteer and my team are very close, but I'm very close to, you know, John, Aldridge, Ronnie Whelan, and then, you know, you go further back as well, Alan Kennedy, David Johnson, and Ian Callaghan would probably be the oldest. We're all very, very close, get together on a regular basis, whether it's social or different events. But the club, you know, this is something else I've been heavily involved with over the last probably 4 or 5 years, is the business side of the club, the partnership side, where we go into Asia, we put on events. You know, LFC World would be one initiative that we put on, where we'll go to South Korea or we'll go to India or we'll go to somewhere and we'll put on, you know, a thing where we'll mock up a dressing room and the kids can come and see what it's like to touch the sign and feel what it's like in the dressing room, virtual reality stuff. We go doing coaching kids. We also put on initiatives for the partners of the club, like Standard Chartered or Beth Victor or different things. So yeah, we get to, you know, be not official ambassadors, because that's Robbie, Rushy and Kenny, but we're still ambassadors of the club that do a lot behind the scenes. So they do a lot of work in communities and all over the world. The club's massive. It's massive.
Well, of all the things that you do post-playing, what do you enjoy the most, or what have you enjoyed the most?
Socially or business side?
Generally, I mean, golf obviously a big thing, but I guess more so from a career point of view.
Golf,
you're trying to fill that hole.
I'll start off with golf first, because when you finish playing, as you know, that light switch goes off. You lose touch with a lot of your mates and the social side of things that football brings to you, and also you lose that. You know, we're elite sportsmen. We play at the top, where we do anything to win. We're tuned and trained and play and do anything to win. So when you finish, you lose that drive. It's taken from you, you know, that having to win football matches, having to train every day, that discipline can go as well. So golf brought all that back to me. It was something that I loved doing, in the sense of I can go out and play golf, I can practice golf, I can go and play with my mates, I can do a social side of it. You know, it gives me a lot, and I owe golf a lot, really.
Really? Because that can sound like a glib thing to say, I owe golf a lot.
No, because, you know, for me, as you well know, and on a serious side, I did suffer with mental health when I finished and stuff, and I got depressed, and it was golf that actually helped me get out of that depression. You know, I'd go and play golf, I'd get up in the morning and I'd focus on trying to get better, trying to get my handicap down, try different shots. You know, it brings so much to like trying to get better at something, short game, long game. It's just, there's so much to it.
It was an outlet for you to channel that bit of competitiveness.
Exactly.
Wanting to get better.
Put it exactly right, Joe. So golf, I've got a big thing for golf, but I think from a...
You've been doing punching now for about 10 years or so, have you? How long since you finished now?
Yeah. Sunderland probably Sunderland was when I finished, when I was properly playing. But Tranmere, I had 3 years at Tranmere. I don't know when it was, 2008, 7, 8?
About 10 years.
10, 11 years. Yeah, I mean, it goes, doesn't it? Time flies. But then I got into the punditry world, which I loved. Met some great people doing that. I enjoyed talking about the game. I felt I was still part of it as well. So that helped. Then I went into a bit of coaching with Barnsley. Didn't really happen for one reason or another. Did
you feel like you weren't enjoying the coaching? Or, you know, I guess when you first start, you need things to go well, so you keep going and get a bit of momentum. Did you feel you could have enjoyed it?
I love being on the grass. Right. I love being with the lads. I love match day, preparing. I didn't like dealing with the business side of things, which was budget. Right. You know, I didn't like dealing with the agents.
Would you have looked to become a coach then, as opposed to a manager?
Yeah. The other thing as well, Joe, is at League One level, you're dealing with a different animal.
Sure.
I mean, when you're elite and you play at the top, which we were lucky to do. You know, we're playing with players who want to win things and have a mentality of winning things and aspiring to win things. Money's no object because it comes with being an elite. You know, you don't have to worry about it because it comes with that part of the job. Down there, you know, you're losing players for 200 quid to another team because you can't afford to pay them, or you know, they're always wanting a day off, or you know, and I appreciate that because you know they're not on a lot of money. They've got mortgages to pay, they've got families, they've got this. And
you surely with your reputation and your career, you could have done some coaching badges and pitched up at a higher level as a coach. No,
I probably could have done. Yeah, you know, I probably could have done.
Didn't fancy it?
Well, I got back into the media, and you know, I love working in the media. I like talking.
Really?
Yeah. I like talking. A lot of my good friends are in the media, so I get to be with them. You get to throw a lovely suit on and go to work, and you're still in the game.
Yes, yeah.
You're still in it, and I like doing that.
LFC TV means you're seeing all the games, obviously, for a long time now.
Yeah.
At the weekend, they beat Fulham. A little bit shaky, but they got it done. It's getting to that shaky part of the season.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you look at it, we got away with it. I think if we hadn't got the soft penalty, you know, I probably would have said to win the league would have been very difficult from that position. I think the penalties saved us. It could be a very pivotal moment when you look back if we win it.
Had a few moments like that this season, haven't you? The Everton game, the derby, and things like this where, you know, things have gone with you a little bit.
No team has won the league apart, I probably would say, from Man City last season, where they've not gone through a season with that bit of luck. You know, they'll look back at certain games and go, that was a game changer for us. That bit of luck there really helped us win the league, or this happened or that happened, and vice versa. Teams can look at it and go, that didn't go for us, that game, otherwise we would have still been in it. You know, I remember being 96, 97, I think we should have won the league that year, 7 points clear at Christmas, I think it was. You know, we lost a few games. We ended up finishing joint second, you know, but you think, oh, if only we'd won that game, or only that had gone for us, or we'd scored that penalty. It's all ifs and buts, isn't it?
City are a bit scary right now, though. They're very much back, you feel. They're not going to slip up too often over the next couple of months. That'd be my feeling.
Yeah.
Liverpool have a chance, given their cup commitments, though, City's cup commitments, to get a few points ahead of them, and actually, you know, players often say they don't like playing after the other horse in the 2-horse race has got 3 points on the board and you have to go out the next day. So
I felt like that, yeah.
There's a chance for Liverpool to at least exert a bit of pressure on City now, but City do look good at the moment.
Yeah, they've gone back top, obviously, Liverpool, and you would look at City, you know, being in all the competitions they are, the congestion through April, is it 7 and 19 they've got or something?
Yeah.
You know, so you're looking at that hopefully to play its part, stretch the squad, injuries, so we'll have to see how that pans out. But, you know, for me, Liverpool, when they went 7 points clear just after Christmas, I felt it was more of a hindrance. I know it sounds bad, but I felt it was more of a hindrance. I felt it was a massive pressure where they felt they needed to keep that lead and not slip up, and they were going into games under that stress.
Yes.
And
almost
then
conservative, trying to protect the lead.
And then the lead went, and you've seen them play, you know, score 5 in this game, 3 in this game, and the free-flowing football's come back.
Say that. I think watching them last week against Bayern Munich, that's as a controlled Liverpool performance as I've seen.
Was brilliant, wasn't
it was an incredible performance. There was no pressure, no stress, and they just cruised through the game. And that's the thing you've seen, I suppose, with Liverpool now. They are that different side of them, where they're able to control games a lot more.
Yeah. Well, Europe is, you know, I think is a welcome relief. You know, people, you've heard in the press, Liverpool are better going out of Europe and concentrating on the league. It doesn't quite work like that. You know, it brings a different focus. It brings a change of environment. You know, everybody on Merseyside is talking about Liverpool possibly winning the league. You can't get away from it. It must wear the players down. We were lucky there was no social media. You know, we shut our front door. We didn't have to put the telly on. But now you pick your phone up, it's like my Twitter feed is Liverpool stress, Liverpool this, he's doing this, he's at City. You know, the psychological warfare with you know, you listen to Vincent Kompany, Liverpool won't lose a game till the end of the season. Guardiola, Liverpool are the best team in Europe right now. You know, it's all psychological warfare that's playing their part in the players' mindset and thinking.
It is incredible that the pressure now that the players are under, with the social media side of it. I know we spoke about it, but you can never get away from it.
You can, just don't go on social media.
It's too hard.
Yeah, that's true, but it's what people are hearing. Your family's hearing. Your family's on social media, aren't they? If you've got someone that's controlling your Twitter account, your Instagram account, someone's telling you that they're posting this about you, they're saying that about you. You can never get away from it. That's the mental strain on a modern day sportsman or woman, I think it's...
And Merseyside, you've been at Everton, you know it's a goldfish bowl.
Yeah.
You know, as big as it is, I walk down the street and I get random people going to me, Joe, we're going to win it. Even Dublin, you know, I've been shopping today, people will shout, are we going to do it? You know, it's just, and that's me. You know, never mind the players. You know, they still got lives to live. You know, they still got to go to Tesco. Well,
are they visible around Liverpool? Would you see the players walking around Liverpool in this day and age?
No. I mean, no, you don't. I'm lucky with, you know, I'm friends with a couple of them. We text and tweet. We text and we might ring each other. You know, I'm privileged to be in the company, being an ambassador. I get to see them and stuff. You know, they're handling it okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they're handling it brilliant. But like Kev said, you can't get away from it. It's difficult. The pressure on Salah now. He's not scored in how many games? You know, everyone's talking about that now. You can see the strain. He's snatching at things. You know, you look at him against Fulham. Everton goes clean through, snatched at it. That'd been going in if it goes from.
They're very interesting this season. When in the first half of the season, when City looked sensational, you were thinking, well, Liverpool are just doing very well to keep pace with them. You know, and then we've had the topsy-turviness of the last few weeks. My sense with them is they're certainly not... The Munich performance was really good. But they were devastating so many times last season in different games. You know, just blowing teams out of the way. And this season, I don't think they've been devastating as often, but they have been more consistent. So they're two very different seasons.
I think there's a lot more control to the team this season as well, though.
How have they changed for you?
Well, last season he played 4-3-3. He's changed to a 4-2-3-1, where you'll see Salah plays a lone striker. Firmino will drop off a little bit, and he'll have an extra kind of creative player in that three. Where last season it was very much 4-3-3, your solid three and your front three that were devastating. A lot more expansive. The press was better. It was higher last season, and scored lots of goals and got quality from it. But also, going back to the psychological side of things, they were always chasing City, and I don't ever think that they believed enough that they were ever going to catch them. So the consequence of losing is not so much.
It's a shot to nothing. It's a shot to nothing,
It's like the first half of the season. You lose a game, the consequence is not as bad because you always feel there's another 25 games to come and we'll make it back. City will lose in that 20. So your mindset is always, it's not that bad. You get into the... Well, for Liverpool, it was just after New Year, but you certainly get into the last 10 or 12 games of the season and the consequence is massive. And that's where they've tightened up, I feel. And they're never going to be as expansive playing the system he is. Like Kev said, it's more controlled, it's more dominant.
Is he not in 4-3-3 some of the time, though?
He started switching it up recently.
Fulham was... I guess Lallana was playing, wasn't he? Midfield three.
He does switch it up.
Munich was three workhorses.
Yeah.
Understandably away from home.
And tactically... You know, he got it right, Klopp. Klopp over two legs in Europe has been sensational. He's fantastic. I fancy Liverpool over two legs against anyone.
Did Fabinho give them more control, though, when he came on the ball?
You could say that, but you don't know how the game's going to pan out for Jordan, do you? You know, you can't write Jordan off. But he is a very controlled person. He knows the job now. He sits in there. He marshals the back four, or certainly back five. You know, Van Dijk has been a revelation. Can't talk.
He's a joke. He's a joke, man.
He's like
He's the best. I personally think
it's a Rolls Royce.
He's going into territory of being the best defender that I've ever seen, playing like live. I mean, I know you've had Johanssons and we've seen so many good defenders. I watch him. He controls the game from his position. It's amazing to see him. I think he's getting into that territory now.
Who is in that territory for you as things stand?
Well, we're looking at top defenders that we would have played against over the years. I would have played against. You're thinking of Rio Ferdinand,
John Terry, possibly.
Terry, you'd be in there. Of course, you'd be looking at these, but I think he's got more to his game than Rio Ferdinand. I do think he's got more to his game than Ferdinand. I think he's a better passer of the ball. I think he's more aggressive when he needs to be, and he's also got that calm streak about him. Personally, I think potentially he will be better than him. That's the way it's going.
I think, you know, there's elements of Rio. I would suggest if, you know, Van Dijk could have it.
Look at Maldini as well. Sorry, if I'm thinking
let him
world-wise.
finish.
Sorry. I'm trying to think.
I'm just trying to think. Rio was very good, and this is where I had a debate with Gary Gillespie. We ended up getting to an well. No, we never argue. Me and Dizzy. We always debate. He suggested Van Dijk was better than Jock Janssen. Now, you know, I'm always of this, what makes a legend, what makes a top player? Is it longevity? Is it winning trophies? Is it on performance as they stand right now. For me to be a legend of Liverpool and to be the best ever, you've got to win things, and there's got to be a longevity. I think it's got to be a right balance.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, his performances this season have been immense, and he's got the potential to be the best. I think, I was lucky enough maybe just before Kev come on the scene, Adams, I'm trying to think, go back.
Paul McGrath. I mean, we realistically look at Paul McGrath as well, aren't you?
Yeah, but Paul, you look at Paul and think he was immense because of the struggles that he had. You know what I mean? Van Dijk doesn't live in that world. Paul, to perform at that high level with the problems he had, makes him even more immense. But Van Dijk, Van Dijk for me is in a team that's I'd like to see Van Dijk step into that midfield like Jockey Hansen with the ball. He doesn't do that. He's a very safe player, Virgil van Dijk.
I
very
think Ferdinand
safe.
was better at that, by the way.
I think Rio's
take the
better
ball
than
into
that.
midfield.
Maybe, yeah.
Now, Van Dijk will hit a 30-yard raker.
I'll probably
that's beautiful.
take that,
Which Rio hasn't.
Yeah.
Which Rio
I'll probably
didn't
take
have.
that.
Not as well,
I will,
but Rio could really come into midfield and get things moving and draw a man.
Yeah.
But Van Dijk's good enough to do that.
Yeah, I think he is.
But he's very safe, Virgil. Very safe.
He enjoys hitting the Hollywood passes a bit too much.
Loves it.
Yeah.
But he's got. If you got it, use it.
Listen, I understand.
You know what I mean?
But sometimes, I
You've
presume,
got it, Joe. Use it. All right, Kev. You've got it.
I ain't got it,
Use it.
I presume as midfield players, sometimes there might be nothing better than a Rio type run into midfield, drawing a man, and just freeing up a bit of space for you two further up the pitch.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a small thing.
Yeah.
He can kind of do anything he wants to do.
Yeah, but they're talking about, we obviously watch a lot of football as well as being involved in it and the punditry and stuff, and, he's the standout player at this season.
You think he's going to get Player of the Year?
I don't know why he wouldn't. Why wouldn't he? I mean, he's been absolutely...
I can't think who number 2 is on the list.
Well, Sterling, they're all suggesting should be winning it now. Raheem... but Raheem, he's not. Has he had a consistent season? Has he been consistently this good?
He has been very good. Yeah, I think
he's been very good this season. But at the minute he's very, very good.
I think
beginning of the season,
the standout player has been Van Dijk. I think
Van Dijk, hands down.
Do you think Liverpool are going to win the league at this stage?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've been fairly consistent on that one as well. I don't think they've got the depth of the squad. The only thing that could catch City, I think personally, they probably would have, well, not preferred, of course, wouldn't, but Swansea would have done them a favour getting them knocked out of the cup at the weekend. I think.
When you say depth, what do you mean? They haven't got the depth.
I think they've got a strong. I think they've got. City can change their front three, and you put if you leave Sterling out and play Leroy Sané, it's not necessarily a massive change. If you leave Mo Salah or Sadio Mane out,
Well, Mane out's the one at the minute.
Well, Mane. If you leave,
we lose him at the minute. Yeah,
but there's no one else that can step in. If you lose Aguero, you've got Jesus. If you lose who else? Bernardo Silva. You've got David Silva. You know what I mean?
They do have more like for likes at top end. I agree with that, and I think that's why Guardiola is a fantastic manager. Keep that quality happy that aren't playing, which is what Alex had.
Yeah.
So Alex, that is a fantastic manager. That's a great manager. And I agree with you there. You lose them front three, and then you're looking at Sturridge, Lallana, Shaqiri. They're not that bracket, are they? They're not that bracket. And I do agree with you. If Liverpool can get through, to the last 2 or 3 games of the season with all them players intact, we've got a chance. But I go back to that, that elite sport trying to win something. And I made an analogy the other day about a golfer. Golfer has never won a major. He's got 4 holes to play and he's got a 1-shot lead. Whereas he's played the last, 13 holes or whatever, he's not even thinking about the shot. He's just playing and his swing's taking over and he's just picking his place where he's going to land it in the best position or the best miss. All of a sudden, you're on the tee and you're thinking, should I be taking driver? Should I be taking 3-wood? Then it's like, is my swing all right? What if I miss it? What if I miss it left? What if I miss it right? Again, back to that consequence.
Sure, pressure.
And that's where I think City can handle it better than Liverpool.
Well, I don't think City would have thrown away a 7-point lead.
No.
I agree with you there. Totally agree with it. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not suggesting Liverpool won't win it. I'm just saying City might just have the formula
to win it.
Yeah.
They've got a great chance Champions League as well, though, haven't they now? I mean, they've got a great draw. There's a hell of a chance for them, I'd feel, to go on all the way and do that.
That, by the way, that was the most diplomatic way I've ever heard of him saying, Man City are going to win the league. That was beautiful.
No, I don't think... I actually think... Do you know what? I don't think Liverpool... I think Liverpool will nick it if they're to win it.
Right. As opposed to
like, now we're just going to go on and win the league. I don't think that'll happen. I think... It's only United, and they've gone now again. It's only United that I feel might have troubled City.
Yeah. Well,
that's the only game I look at and go.
I think now it puts a different spin on it with the game against Tottenham, because I don't see Tottenham losing 3 times against City. I don't see them losing 3 games.
You just think a lot of averages and quality they'll nick something.
I think something's going to happen now. Whether that'll be the league game it happens in, or whether they can get them out of the Champions League, I don't know. But I don't see Tottenham losing 3 times to City. I can't see it.
A final one. I can only imagine Merseyside if they do manage to win the league.
What's the matter with that?
It will be
party central.
Insane.
I'll get you a ticket.
It will be insane.
To the party. How about that?
Wow.
Kev can't come, he's a blue, isn't he?
It will be ridiculous though, won't
Wear a mask. Of course it will.
Yeah.
How many years has it been? 20...
Coming up on 30 now, aren't we?
Nearly 30 years, it's 29. And, I mean, everyone goes on about, if Liverpool win the title, we'll never hear the end of it. But so what? We never hear the end of Leicester. It's a beautiful story. Why not? And it's great. It changes it up. Do we want to see City win it again? Do you want to see Chelsea go and win it? And no, you want to see Liverpool win it? Let us win it. Why not?
Let us win it.
Please, Pep, let us win it. No, it'll be great. It's a great story. And Jürgen, he's a great fella. He's a great manager.
Incredibly likeable fella from afar, yeah.
He is. He's a great fella.
Let's take a short break because I do want to talk to you about Mick McCarthy, 17 years after his departure. He's back coaching an Irish team. We'll do that in 1 moment. Now you're welcome back. So Kevin Kilban and myself still here in the studio, and Jason McAteer. We are talking to you really to push the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Trust match. It's on the 12th of April at the Aviva Stadium, Republic of Ireland against Liverpool. You can go to ticketmaster.ie/LFC for tickets. Please do, it's a brilliant cause and it should be a great game as well. You'll get to see McAteer.
We wanted him to read that out, really.
Running around.
Joe, that was me audition.
I actually didn't back you to remember it. I was helping you out there.
Well, he's got it wrote down there, so I think he'd be all right.
Still didn't fully.
Joe, have you not been following my career?
Slash. Are you out? Joe.
Honestly, he's moved on to the next level, I tell you.
What? No.
When did humour creep into your punditry, your presenting?
No.
It's not something you've always been blessed with. Humour.
That's true.
Thanks,
Harsh
Kev.
but fair.
Sorry, everyone needs a straight man. I have to kind of keep things on the road as you do one of your things. Are you fit these days? Will you be waddling around on the 12th?
My knees a bit. What are you struggling with at the minute?
My back.
Back?
In bits.
I need a knee op, to be honest. My surgeon...
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Right.
My surgeon, Rob Harvey, great man, wants to give me an injection.
Who says my surgeon? That's like someone that's going in like getting Botox and plastic surgery. He's my surgeon.
I'm on the out Botox.
You're not.
I had to go for my wedding.
You're not. What a tool. Come on.
No, seriously, I was under pressure to be fresh-faced. Obviously I got married 5 years ago. My missus made me have it. I swear.
Where? Forehead?
Yeah, in my forehead, yeah. But because I tell stories now, I need a bit of expression.
Sorry, JP,
in my face.
can we try and dig out a picture of Jason McAteer on his wedding day, please? 5 years ago?
There is one. There's one on, you'll find it on Google. I'm coming out of the church.
God.
Have a look at me slap head. Seriously.
So when's this, about 5 years ago?
Yeah. I've not had it since.
And did it do
I lie. I can't lie. I've not had it since. I can't lie when Kev's around.
I can't believe you're getting bloody Botox.
Yeah, I've had it. It's a right few quid as well. It's about 250 quid.
And how long are you young for?
It doesn't last. In some people, it lasts longer than others. I get about. It's like as if I'd still do it. I don't do it now because I think it's a waste of money. I'd rather go and buy a nice Titleist driver.
Without a doubt, you're going to get much.
Titleist.
Oh yeah.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't do that. We're editing that out, actually.
Yeah.
It's live, you can't. It's gone out, it's done.
not going out on the
That
radio.
damage is done. What did you ask me about Botox?
How long does it last?
I get about 3.5 months, maybe 4.
And so if you, because I notice when you speak, your eyebrows go up and down, you're expressive.
Yeah, I need that.
So do you lose that when it's...
Yeah. So you like that telling a story and you laugh and it's just the same thing and people are like, is he serious or is he being funny? You need expression, Joe, don't you?
Here's the picture for those of you streaming.
Slap it, the head on you. Honest to
Look at
God.
my beautiful wife.
I can't believe you just admitted that. I cannot believe you just admitted that.
So if you try and push your eyebrows up there in that picture, what happens?
Well, you can't. You literally can't.
Oh no, Jace.
Do you think I look all right though?
You look good.
You do, to be fair.
You look well.
See, it works.
And have your boyish charm still with you, innit?
Thanks, Kev.
Honestly.
And do you have in your cheeks as well, or where does it go?
No,
Just
they're
the forehead.
fillers you have in your cheeks, isn't it? I believe.
You believe?
No, I've not had any other cosmetic surgery.
That's good. That's good. Oh God, you're some boy, aren't you?
My God.
You're some boy.
And is this a common thing now? Many your age, footballers your age, they haven't.
It's unacceptable in my world. That's unacceptable, Joe.
No,
Why? You got to move with the times.
Don't
I
get
mean, we're
that,
modern
no.
men. I mean, you know what I mean?
He has a point.
Is
Do
it, yeah?
you use face cream?
I do, yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the start of it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you put a bit of cream on, just...
Well, you see, 10
Moisturiser.
years ago, if you came in here and said you were putting cream on, you would have been laughed out the gate.
Exactly. Like,
changed.
what are you up
Yeah.
to, Kev?
You use moisturiser? Oh.
Yeah, what for? It's like, well, because I want to age nicely, or I want to like look after my
yourself.
skin.
Yeah.
You know, the UV rays now are coming in, and you need protecting.
Because you like a bit of sun as well, I'm suspecting.
I do like being warm. I'd rather.
No, you like a tan, is what I'm getting at.
Well, I've just been on holiday. Actually, I went to the Maldives with the family.
That's going to cause damage, you know.
Yeah.
No, because you put factor 50 on.
You don't.
I swear, my missus makes me put factor 50.
You're one of these people that says I don't burn, and you sit there all day.
No, it's serious.
Delighted with your.
No, in all honesty, Joe, you have to look after yourself in the sun, and this is not, you know, it can cause all kinds of problems in later life.
I feel like you've been paid to push this.
No, I'm talking from a safety, from a health aspect. You know
we're back on air, don't you?
Are we? No, you've got to be careful. You can't just go out in the sun with no protection. You need
No, it's
protection.
fine. We know
Kids,
that.
if you're watching, put your cream on.
Right, can we move this on?
Yeah,
Don't know
let's
how we
talk
go
about
back
Mick
to this.
McCarthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mick McCarthy. Mick McCarthy.
Mick, I love Mick.
We were just looking at the back page of a few papers outside before we came in.
Yeah.
And no, we'll come back to that photo in a minute. Get rid of that, please. We were looking at a few photos outside, and it's all Mick yesterday training. And I was saying to Jason, if you were to go back to 2003,
Yeah.
you know, Back to the Future style, here's the paper from 2019, and it's Mick McCarthy training. Just how? Impossible, no chance. It's an unbelievable story.
It is.
It's great, isn't it? It is
Yeah.
great. It's... I was over there
What was
yesterday.
Robbie doing?
I interviewed him yesterday. I interviewed Mick McCarthy yesterday, and he looks well. He looks happy. He looks content. And I think that he's had that many interviews. He's had that many press conferences in the last 4 months since he's taken the job. I think that is where he excels. That is where he does excel. That's where he loves
He
it.
said that yesterday as well in the papers. He's saying, God, it was just nice. He's been about 12 months away from just being on the training
Yeah.
ground. It's been
Yeah.
nice to be out with players, you know. I think he's looked very relaxed in all his
I
press
think he has.
dealings. There's like a wry grin half the time.
Yeah.
He's seeing questions coming a mile away, and he looks in control. But you know, he needs to be.
Yeah.
He has 8 games, 8 competitive games
Yeah.
to get to the Euros. This is not a marathon. He's got to get in and
Yeah.
get winning and do it quickly.
I agree with Kev. He's in a very comfortable environment. He's very good at this environment in the sense of, I think he's very good at club level as well. But, you know, I just think international level, you know, it's about getting the best out of a group of players. You know, it's not a domestic team where they're paying wages and he's got to deal with contracts, he's got to deal with agents. Yeah, he has, you know, certain problems with managers maybe not wanting players to go and join up, and you're dealing with them kind of things. But I think he thrives in this environment.
He was 37 years of age when he got the Ireland job.
Yeah.
And he had to follow Jack, which was no small thing. So give us your initial impressions of what a 37-year-old Mick McCarthy was trying to do in 1997.
Well, first of all, he'd captained his country, so we all knew him anyway.
Did you know him?
I played against him for Bolton at Millwall.
Okay.
Yeah, so I knew him. Yeah, I knew him, and I'd bumped into him at a couple of events, and was he at the World Cup '94? I think I bumped into him in the World Cup '94. He was doing punditry, I think. Was he?
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, and I bumped into him then, And I liked him then. You know, he's a likable character, isn't he? He's very warm. I'm very tactile. I'm like Kev. You know, we see each other, we hug each other, and you know, we bring it in, and you know, we're very like that. And I like that in people. And Mick's like that. You know, he will give you a cuddle. He will like pull you, and you know. I'll stop there. And he, you know, I like that. So when I first met him, he was very warm, very warm. Yeah. And then he got the job. What I will say is, you know, the culture that Jack had and the players we had, which was very successful, and Jack wasn't going to change it because it brought him results and positivity, was the drinking culture. You know, Jack let us go out, let us have a drink at the right time, sometimes at the wrong time, but we were always getting results.
It was of an era.
Yeah, but it was of an era, and of a certain kind of player. Mick, rightly so, wanted to change things. We were moving into a different time, 96, 97. You know, it was becoming, there was a lot more foreign players coming in. You know, diet was looked at, science was coming into the game, and rest and recovery and stuff. So I understood that he wanted to come in and change a few things. Yeah. But what I would say was he was inheriting a team that wasn't susceptible to change. We liked it the way it was. He tried to change things and it didn't work. Okay. And all of a sudden it was like...
As in, there was a bit of grumbling, there was a bit of, Mick, no.
Yeah, we want to go out. Yeah. Like Mick, like he'd give us curfews and we'd break them.
Because that's what you'd always done.
Yeah. It was like, you know, why are we coming in? And in the end, he changed.
Right.
And then what happened was... he let us go back to, and in the end, we found a happy medium. And plus, then what happened is we had the transitional period where the younger lads come in, Kev and Breeny and Richard Dawn and Robbie and Duffer, but they were more accustomed to not having a drink or not drinking a lot, stretching and changing. So that helped Mick. You know, so the us, which were sort of the back end of the drinking culture, we then had to change. Yeah. Where the likes of the older ones were never going to change.
Can you remember what he said when he first came in, his first squad? That was a Russia game, wasn't it? You remember what impression he made on the team straight away? Was that, you know what lads are like in dressing room? If someone comes in that wants to bring something differently, rebel against it. Yeah. I'm not having him. No.
Depends on how much you want to change. Like Gerard Houllier, when he come into the Liverpool dressing room, we were very much in training. Attacking, a lot of training was very positive, so it was like a lot of five-a-sides, which the lads doing, a lot of shooting, a lot of crossing and shooting, all them sessions that you love doing. Yeah. You know, we hated shape. We hated being on that training ground, walking through shape, doing defence against, it was all right for the attackers, but when you were like midfield, you're like, your defence again, it was like boring. A grind. Yeah. Then we'd be running afterwards, and then, you know, we'd be back in for an afternoon session. Gerard Houllier brought that in, and we hated it. Yeah. You know, we hated it. Mick never changed so much on the training ground, or too much where we went, oh, we hate this, do you know what I mean? He just needed to find a happy medium, and he found it. He didn't change too much.
What about, like, so, you know, you talk about his warmth. Quite often you might have had iffy times at club level. You have your ups and downs across the years. So even at Liverpool or later on at Blackburn, obviously, I mean, the Holland game, you were kind of out of the team there and you weren't playing. What about ups and downs and how he would handle you if you arrive in a bit of a huff or in not great form into camp?
One of his skills, I think, Mick, is, and I'm a great believer in it, when you've got 25 pros, you know, what makes me tick, my mentality is completely different to Kev's. We might have things in common and we get on, which we do. But my mindset to his mindset, might be completely different. So Mick
some
would
lads
work
like
that
Botox, other lads.
Yes, Joe, yeah. But some lads would need a kick up the backside, some lads would need a cut. Mick was very good at working them players out, who needed what and where. My relationship with Mick is, I'm very close to Mick. He's more of an uncle to me. Right. He's more of a, you know, me and him hit it off straight away. We knew where each other stood. He knew what he needed from me. I knew what he needed for me to give back. Instances like I got dropped, Derby, Liverpool 11, and I was devastated. Joined up with the squad on the Sunday.
Not in the mood.
Yeah, absolutely devastated, thinking I was never going to play for Liverpool again. I'm going to get sold. I wanted to play in the Derby, gutted. When am I going to get back in the team? How am I going to play for Ireland when I'm not playing club level? Went there. Sunday night, meal time. I stayed in my room and ordered room service. Bang on the door, open the door thinking it's the room service, and it's Mick. He walked in, he gave me the biggest talking to, sat me down on the bed, he was in my face. He grabbed me threw me out the door and went, get up there and sit with the lads and have a meal with the lads, and you start mixing with the lads. My mood changed. I was like, whoa, like my mood changed. Training on the Monday, trained really well. Played on the Wednesday, played well. You know, he was straight on the phone to me on the Thursday. You get back to Liverpool now and you train hard and you get back in that team.
Great.
I got back in the team, and you know, I went through some personal stuff as well, through a relationship. You know, I sadly went through some deaths as well that happened, and he was first on the phone.
Right.
He'd come and see me. You know, he's a very, very good man manager, but honest with it as well. You can get some that you think, he's just doing it.
There's no waffle, is there, with
no, it is what it is. You know,
it's funny on the honesty as well. A few players, when he got the job, former players said one of the great things about Mick is he will say something to you about how you're playing, and you know he means it. He's not going to go to someone else and go, look, I've just told McAteer he's a good player, but we need to actually get someone else. And it seems like a lot of that goes on, because several players mentioned the honesty is a big thing. But that's great. I mean, he could have left you sulk in the room and said, look, sod him. Doesn't want to come in for dinner. I'll get someone else.
Exactly. But he knew I needed it, and you know, in all honesty, you know, he needed me in the right frame of mind as well.
Yeah, he can't afford to just throw you overboard either.
Yeah, and you know, he done that with all of us, and I think that's what got us to the World Cup.
Does that tally with your experience with Mick?
Yeah, my first experience with Mick, I grew up like worshipping the lads from the 88 and 90 era. So I first came into the under-21 squad, and I was told, I think I might have even said it before, I was told to turn up in a suit. David Moyes was the coach at Preston. He said, wear a suit, make an impression on the team. So you get there, nobody's in a suit but me with the squad. And I pull into the hotel by the airport in a suit.
I'd say it was about 3 sizes too big for you. Oh my God.
I'll tell you.
Imagine the look of me turning up, and I turn up in my suit. We're due to play. You're in the senior, so I was in the under-21s. We were playing Russia. We met at the post house by the airport. I go in the hotel.
Do you remember that? Remember meeting Kev that day?
I was telling small time. Tell me, Kevin who? Who's that boy? Preston? Who were they?
What league are they in? Preston.
And so anyway, I go into the hotel, and Mick's in reception, and Mick sees me, and he comes straight over to me, chatted away to me, and I'm like, it's Mick McCarthy. Mick actually knows me, and he immediately gave off the impression that, he knew everything about me, and I was only 18, 19 at the time. Straight in my face, telling me everything about how things at Preston and everything, and then right at the end, he went, well, you look smart anyway, and went off with a chuckle on his face, and it was just, he had that way, it was immediate with me.
Yeah.
I remember, when I was first called up, when he rang me home, when he rang me mum's house, called into the squad. I was at Preston, still at Preston at the time. I hadn't moved to West Brom, and I think we were playing Liechtenstein, and I had played really well over in Romania, I think. He was at the game, and I was called into the senior squad. Rang me on the phone. Look, and I had operation, so I couldn't come into the squad. But the conversation that he had, the way that he made you feel, whenever you met him, even now I met him yesterday, was just still the same. He's exactly how he
Jack was like that, though, you know.
Just great with you.
Yeah, Jack was like that. Man management skills. I remember passing a ball into midfield to Andy Townsend, and after the game, getting called to Jack's room in the hotel, thinking he was going to pat me on the back, and he again in my face, you ever pass the ball into midfield again, you will never play for Ireland.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. And then you know, the next game he'd be cuddling me and saying well done and picking me, and I was like,
in fairness to McCarthy, he got the team playing better football as well. Like it was still pragmatic and sensible, but some really good football broke out.
I mean, we probably didn't have the calibre of players that Jason would have come into the squad. I mean, when I first came in, Jason been there, Andy Townsend, Ray Houghton, Cass, Quinny, all these lads, Roy.
Yeah, it was a golden generation.
We did, but then off the back of it, qualification, it was a new team, as Jay said, still very good players. Everybody knew the roles. We had a mixture of everything within that side. But I felt during that time we were playing good football and coming off. Even when you used to watch the games back yourself, you're thinking, we're a good side, really good side.
If we lacked in quality, which Mick would have known, we made up with endeavour and enthusiasm and commitment to the cause. We were very close as a bunch of players, you know, very close. We still are when we meet together, and that's what got us the results. You know, when we were digging deep for each other and for Mick, we got wins.
I think that is the worry for Mick. I mean, even like looking, I said it to him yesterday. At home, it was almost as if we felt we would never be beaten.
Never be beaten.
Whoever came to Dublin would never get away with a win. It's not going to happen. Whereas we've gone from that now. I know we've obviously different stadium and everything now. We've not had too many of the Germany nights, have we? We've had every team that comes in. You think like Denmark, even Serbia at home in the last campaign. Georgia was horrible, getting outplayed. We're not
vulnerable.
You know, if I'm looking at Georgia, they're probably similar sort of side to a Macedonia, where they've got good players, they can play, but we knew we'd run all over them. We would be just too strong for them, and that is the one thing I just worry about going forward with the side. We're not convincing at home, and I think that's what we've got to get back to. We've got to be getting home performances better more than anything.
There's no respect from an away team coming to Dublin now. They come now to win. Like when they played against us, they were coming for a game and lucky to get away with something. You know, they knew they were in for a game. You speak to any managers who played against international, they knew they were coming to Dublin and it was going to be a tough night. Now managers are coming and setting teams up to go and win. You know, there's a vulnerability about them.
There is,
You don't feel that there's too much quality around the camp. And you look back, I mean, I said it to you there, you know, Mick had probably 40 players to pick from, top players in playing in the Premier League. You know, he might venture down into the Championship and, you know, give someone a chance or experience. Now he's looking at a pool of players from League One into the Championship with a sprinkling of players in the Premier League who probably aren't playing for the domestic clubs. So he's in a completely different boat, but he will bring a unity to the team and he will bring more commitment and endeavour. Whether he's got enough quality then to get the results is another thing. I think we had a nice balance of both, which got results.
Last one, do you think in any way, you know, because we're saying, 17 years on, it's hard to psychoanalyse a guy from a million miles away, but like for him to kind of really, it was sad the way he left, clearly. That's not the way he should have went post 02 and then the Mets. There is just something right about him coming back and hopefully finishing a high and leaves after Euro 2020. I think that'll be easier for him to kind of, maybe not live with, but just to park. And he was in here a while back and he was saying he meets someone and he's counting down in his head how long before they work up the courage to say, what happened with...
I'm still getting it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Everyone, it's still...
But imagine for him to sign off with a brilliant Euro 2020 campaign, just for him, you'd really want it as much as everything else, I'm sure.
Of course, the pair of them. I'm sure I'm speaking for Kev as well. You know, we want him to have success. We want him to, you know, to walk away having done a very, very good job. But, you know, we know how football works. You know, we'd love a fairy tale for him, but it doesn't always work out that way. That story will follow him forever, as it does for us. It was too big a story. Everyone wants to take on it. There's been so many different versions of events. It's just unfortunate, but it's something he has to live with, we deal with, and...
Like, this will never dwarf it, obviously, but it just is a better sending off. He'll head off into the sunset feeling a whole lot better about things. Are you optimistic? I haven't really talked to you. Denmark, Georgia, Switzerland, Gibraltar. Well, I fancy... Obviously, top two go through.
You're hoping this weekend you get a result, don't you?
By the way, Gibraltar, the new coaching, this one, over the last couple of years, they're trying to play good football. This is going to be the 11 men behind the ball kind of job.
What he doesn't want is getting beat or drawing against Gibraltar. That's like the worst possible.
It's going to be a bit. It's going to be one of those 11 men behind. You know, it's going to be one of those horrible teams to break down kind of nights. So you want those teams a bit further on in the qualifiers when their resolve is broken. But this is going to be their first game, home crowd.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, it's good. It's true. They're going to win, you would think, but
hopefully, I think they will. But it's not the worst of draws. It isn't the worst of draws. If you're going to take any of the top sides, you would. We said it before. We'd take Switzerland. So,
are you optimistic though?
Yeah, I am.
Denmark will top the group.
Do you think Denmark will top the group?
Do you not?
Probably yes. Probably. Okay. I would say probably
over Switzerland.
Well, it's a 50-50 call. I think it's a 50-50 call. Switzerland are. I've seen them. They're so difficult to play against, and they're strong, physically strong as well.
Are they the highest ranked team in Europe in this group?
Yeah, who they beat last time?
Does that mean anything?
They 2 or 3-0 down against Belgium. They beat Belgium. Was it 3-2?
Yeah.
They beat Belgium. Come back from a couple of goals down against Belgium and beat them. So they're a good. It's not the worst draw, but it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy. And I just think, at home, we have to get back a little bit to that mentality of, look, Switzerland are coming in, right, they're not getting out of here with anything.
Yeah.
And Denmark are not getting out of here with anything.
Yeah.
Because I think that's achievable. I do think that. If we get the home form right and you pick up, you stay unbeaten at home, then you're going away and you're giving yourself a chance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hopeful for, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 8 games. I mean, it's going to fly by from me.
Yeah. It is.
So, 12th of April, Aviva Stadium. It's a 7:45 kickoff for the Sean Cox Fund. Robbie Fowler's going to be there. McManaman, all the big ones are there. Let me see who's here. McManaman.
Could have done with a 5 o'clock kickoff, couldn't we?
Yeah.
4:45 kickoff.
Glenn Johnson, he'll be right. That's the right hand side.
Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. Yeah.
Patrick Berger there. He was a nice player, wasn't he?
He's a lovely player.
What a left foot that was.
Yeah.
Lovely.
He's another one of
Lovely
Jason's, of Joel's threats. He was a threat, wasn't he?
Threat.
Yeah.
He didn't need Botox.
He still doesn't need Botox.
I wouldn't
He's
think
a beautiful man.
Yeah.
Patrick Berger.
Ian Rush
Specimen.
playing. How's Ian Rush?
He's not beautiful.
How's he moving?
Rushy's okay. He's just got engaged, doesn't he? Rushy?
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Yeah, Rushy's. Rushy, in all honesty, Rushy takes. He's our manager at the minute for these Legends games because they've gone massive. The Legends games. We played Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, filled the stadium. We played Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. 75,000 turned up. Seriously, I was on the toilet for about an hour before the game. My head went. Zidane. They all played. It was brilliant.
Wow. That passed me by.
Did he play well?
How was Zidane moving?
You should watch the highlights because I set 2 up for Michael Owen.
Is that right? Okay.
It was just like old times again.
Yeah.
Michael Owen. There's a story. You'll have to invite me back if you want me to tell that story. So these games. So Rushy's the manager, but the boss has stepped in. The big boss has stepped in. Who do you think I mean?
The big boss,
Stevie G.
Oh, you talking Kenny?
I think
Kenny?
yeah, I think so.
To manage for this match?
I think so. Have I let something go? Jen, am I allowed to say? No, can't say that.
Well, it's already just gone out live. So
Yeah.
All right, can we?
Serious pressure on King Kenny.
Right, we're going to edit. Kenny's thinking about maybe managing the game. Yeah, so Rushy, if that's the case, Rushy will step down to assistant manager. But yeah, Kenny, in some ways, will be involved.
And are you playing a
Kenny
half
on the pitch?
Are you playing a half for Ireland then?
I'm gonna. Well, legs permitting.
So you're just going to play for Ireland?
20 minutes for each Ireland.
Just for Ireland?
I'm the dream maker. I'm going to another dream for Kev.
There's the Ireland squad. So we've Stephen Kelly, Kenny Cunningham.
Yeah.
Good. Ian Hart there. Kilban is there.
Yeah. Duffer.
Stephen Reid.
Duffer.
Robbie.
Ronnie Whelan. Playing for Ireland.
Ronnie playing as well?
Yeah, Ronnie's playing, yeah.
Hunty. We've got Kevin Doyle. We've got legs. Stephen Elliott, Kevin Doyle.
Sean St. Ledger, where's he been? Sean St. Ledger?
He's working now. He's working Midlands Radio. I think he does bits for Leicester.
Because he went to America, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He went to America, yeah.
Damien Duff, Robbie Keane, Keith Andrews. Keith Andrews still moving reasonably well, isn't he?
Yeah, Keith's under 21 now. He's got aside of his coaching commitments.
Keith, has he got his badges and all that, Keith? Is that why he went into that?
Well, Phil Babb's playing for both sides as well.
Yeah.
The Bab Doink, yeah, Babsy's there. There's a few of us playing.
Robbie Keane is going as well.
Robbie, Babsy, me, Aldo.
John Aldridge is as well.
Aldo.
Yeah.
You got to love Aldo, haven't you? You got to love him.
Good to see you.
Are we out of time?
Pretty much, yeah. Is there anything else?
Really enjoyed this.
Is there anything else? Anything you
Any
want to
beauty
talk about?
products that you want to talk about?
No. All I'm going to say is I'm playing in the British Masters.
Stop now.
That's coming up. So if any golfing companies want to send any products my way,
not making it.
Yeah, no, I've got that. We've got AC Milan at the weekend. Seriously, we've got a Legends game on Saturday at Anfield against AC Milan.
Who's playing? Is Maldini playing?
Yes.
Is he?
Paolo asked if I was playing, and I said, yeah. He rang me and said, "You playing?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll be there." So Paolo's playing. Pirlo, Nesta, Dida. Wow. I mean, it is a who's who of Milan.
Amazing.
It's frightening.
Are they taking it seriously? Are they proper? Let's. Is it a bit of a laugh or?
No, it's a proper Legends game for Liverpool Foundation, yeah. I said we have a big one every year, and this is the big one this year.
Wow.
And they're flying in on Friday, we play Saturday, and then obviously they'll jet off Sunday probably, but yeah, ticket sales have gone really well.
Was it you and Maldini in '94?
Yeah, me and Paolo, yeah. I'll let you into
Did all right
secret,
that day.
I'm being a bit of a fanboy here. I've actually, there's a picture of me and Paolo challenging for the ball in '94.
You're that close?
I'm this high above Paolo, Right, it's seriously a picture. You'll get it on
We'd all prefer if you called him Maldini.
Yeah.
Paolo, and I've got it printed, the picture, and I'm going to get someone to get it signed for me.
You won't even ask him yourself. You won't be the fanboy. You're going to get someone to go and ask him.
Like if Joe was there, I go, Joe, get that signed for me. And I make Joe do it.
Do it as well.
But that's all right though. Is that acceptable?
That's nice. You're at an age now where that's okay.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's a memory. It was an amazing day. What a ridiculous day.
That was brilliant.
To go on against Maldini and play well.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Insane.
I always remember it was about 110 degrees in the stadium. I always remember Jack turning around to me and went, "Go and warm up. You're going on." I'm thinking, Jack, I'm roasting here. I can't get any warmer.
Ready to go.
Like,
Who did you go on? You went Ray Houghton? You went
do you know what? Me and Razor, right, we had this conversation over a pint, and I went to him, "You blanked me coming off the pitch," and he went to me, "There is no way I would blank you coming off the pitch. I knew you were a young player. I knew it was a big moment. I shook your hand," right? And there's a famous picture. Well, it's not famous, but there's a picture, and I think you can get it on Google or whatever. And I'm like that, right? And he's there. He's walked right past me. He's left me hanging as well, like on the telly. Left me hanging like that, and he's walking, fuming.
Wow.
Right. I'll dig it out. I'll give you to show it later. Are you on for a while now?
Yeah. Well, we're recording this. This is going out later.
I'll get it, and you can slot it in, that picture after this story.
Stick it in, yeah.
So this is the point. So he blanked me, and that's where you stick it in, the picture.
Right, okay, good one. Listen, it's great to have you in. Good to see you.
Always,
Thanks
mate.
for having me.
Always great.
Take it easy.
I love you boys. I love you too.
That's us done on the football show this evening. It is us done, isn't it? We're going to come back after this, okay. We'll just say, Jason McAteer, thanks very much. 12th of April, Ticketmaster.ie.
Yes, please. I know it's a Friday night. It's for a great cause.
LFC.
Yeah, /LFC, /. It's a great cause, and we're all going to be there. We're all coming out. Kev's going to be there, obviously. Are you coming?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
So please turn up, yeah.
Okay, great. That's us done. Thanks, Jason.